Hi everyone, it's Has. We are going to continue with our tutorial videos, and today it's going to be about plotting. So I'm going to show you guys some plotting basics in MATLAB. So we're going to do some types of visualization and show you the way you create them and how to appropriately use them. So first of all, I'm going to show you about the linspace, right? I can make a comment. So in MATLAB, to make a comment, you need to use the percentage sign, this one, and then you can comment, all right? I'm gonna write linspace. So we are going to do a linspace exercise. So you can see here that I have a suggestion, x linspace 0, 10 to 100, right? So I can do that. I can do that. That means, but I want to use something else. I want to use my own thing. I don't have to use the suggestion that was made by MATLAB, right? I can write x is equal to linspace. So linspace is basically a function, right? It's a function in MATLAB that you can plot a linspace graph. So I'm going to explain you what is a linspace graph. So a linspace graph, you have the first point, I mean the start point, and for my example, it's gonna be 0, and then it's followed by the second point that is the last point, right? So the one that you write at second is the last point. The last point is gonna be 2 times p or pi. So pi, this is the function, right? This is the function. Uh, yeah, can use it. So, but I need to use this, yeah, 2 times pi, and then the how to say the number of points. It's gonna be 100 by default, but I will use 100. So don't forget to put the semicolon. So right now we're fine. So in our graph, we are going to start with 0 and with 2 times pi, and then we will have between 0 and 2 times pi, we have 100 points. So now we are going to write the y. So this is the function we have. So we are going to display the sine of x. All right. So this is the one that is on the y axis, because in the x axis we will have this, the 0, 2 pi, and 100 point between them, and the y-axis will have the sin x, right? So now we are going to plot. So to plot, you use a function that is plot x and y. So this is the very simplest way to plot a graph in MATLAB, right? I'm going to save my file. So the name of my file is gonna be linspace, okay? Linspace, and then now I can run. So if I run here, I can see the graph in the right side. So this is figure number 1. So I'm waiting to see. So you can see that we have a sine wave graph. So that is created by this. So I prepared some other examples for you guys. So it's gonna be about the bar charts. You can see, I can close this. So you can see. So the bar chart, I can run it like this. So if I run it, you can see on the right side that we have this. That means the product is in the x-axis, right? Why it's in the x-axis? Because I use the function here, the set. So this display the x-axis, so I put products in it. So this GCA X tick label, you are going to have them always, right? You are going to use them always. So it's just the product here that we will change. So what you want to have on the x-axis is the products, and what is in the products, we have product A, B, and C. That's why we have it in here, right? So now about the Y level unit sort. So this is a name that I gave. So it's going to be displayed in here, right? But what I have here, the 50, 100, and 150, so all of these is going to be displayed by this, the sales. So here I have bar sales. So the bar is basically what create the graph. So I have sale here, I use the bar function, so it created the graph directly. So you have a title that I gave, so it's gonna be in here. So I prepare another example for you. So it's the line plots. Line plot is another type of graph that you can use, so you can see the months. So in months, I have 1 to 12. So here is 1, here is 12. So I have visitors, 12 visitors. So all of you can see in here, I have 12 visitors. I'm going to do this and to do this. Yeah, so you may see everything. So it's fine like this. So you can see 1,000, 200, 1,350, and so on. So it's here in the y-axis. Why? Because in here, in the y label, I put a number of visitors, right? So it's written in here, and plots. This is basically what display the graph. This is what create the graph. This function plot. I have month, which is in the x-axis. So in months, I have 1 to 12. That's why here I have 1 to 12. So the second one is the y-axis. So it's the visitors. In visitor, I have this. So that is in here. So this is the form. So this is, you are going to always have them. So this is what display this, right? So yeah, that's the way you use the line plot graph. So I have another example, which is the scatter. I'm going to close this and I'm going to run it again. So the scatter is another one. So you have, basically you have these round, but you don't have the line that connects them. Only these. So it's scatter. Okay, so you can see the scatter is the function that displays its graph. The scatter, we have study hour, which is in the x-axis. So exam score is the y-axis, so it's displayed in here. But the study hours, we have 2 to 12, so it's in here. And in exam scores, we have 55 into here, so that's what we have in here. So you can see this is how it's displayed, right? So you need to have them in order. That means 2 correspond to 55, 4 for 60, 6 for 70. So that's basically the way you do them, right? And title, X label, Y label, this is what gives them the name that we can see in here, right? So I hope that helps, guys. These are some types of data visualization